welcome to my series of TV reviews where I talk about reviews of TV shows that I've watched during a given year. And this one is one I actually did watch during 2020, but I didn't end up watching the second season until just recently, so I figured I'd give my overall impressions of the first season, and then in another video I'll talk about the second season because I have a lot of thoughts. And this is for the anime One Punch Man. Now, One Punch Man, from what I read up on, came originally from a manga that was done in, I believe, 97. So it's a pretty old anime, and it does have a lot of those kinds of tropes that were featured back then, which, as a 90s kid, I kind of enjoyed. One Punch Man is sort of about a guy named Saitama who is the titular One Punch Man. He is so epically strong that with a single punch he can take down anyone. But the reason I say so-called main character is because the story really doesn't revolve around him. It actually revolves more around the characters around him because he's overpowered as hell. And the one thing that I really liked about season 1 is that it's only 12 episodes. If you want to watch it, they do have it on Hulu in both dubbed and subbed. So it has both subtitles and English dubbing. And I personally watched it in dub, which is my preferred method. I know that's weird, but that's kind of what I do. But the one thing that I really liked about One Punch Man is that it was very easy to kind of jump in and watch it. There were only a handful of episodes where it had like a little linear story, but for the most part, it was like you could watch any episode and you wouldn't really be lost. There might be some contextual things that you might not understand, but for the most part, you could pick up any episode. My favorite character has to be Genos, who is a cyborg young adult who ends up meeting Saitama and becomes his disciple. Now, when they become heroes, because Genos is so advanced both technologically and mentally, he gets automatically moved into the rank of Class S, which is the top of the hero hierarchy in this world. Saitama, on the other hand, while he is extraordinary physically, mentally, not all there. So he ends up getting put in the bottom of the barrel of Class C. So there's S rank, A rank, B rank, and C rank. And then from there, they give you numbers based off of where you fall. Now, I will say that the Hero Association is a joke. An absolute frickin' joke. Because you don't find this out till later, but there is literally a hero whose entire persona is based off of things that Saitama himself has done. And I'm like, what? So I'll explain that more in the season 2 review. But yeah, basically Saitama is not seen as the big hero that he is. That he is basically all powerful when it comes to strength. And I will say that they do kind of poke fun at themselves because a lot of the S rank heroes are physically strong. They don't like to change their way of doing things. They're very blinders on when it comes to thinking outside the box. And that becomes very obvious towards the end of the season when they're going up against a guy named Melzagard, whose entire ability is that 1, he's super strong, and 2, he can keep reforming himself. So no matter what they do to him, he keeps regenerating. And one of the Class A heroes who's there, who sees this go on and has actually lost a limb to Melzagard, he tries warning them multiple times that physical attacks have no effect on him, and they do not listen. But I will say that because of their not willing to listen, they did find a way to actually take him down, but it required one of them, seeing something that the others did not. And that's very annoying. But I liked it because it showed that even Class S heroes, who are supposed to be the creme de la creme of heroes, are fallible humans. Even though they have egos the size of fucking Texas. No qualms to Texas, but it's size scale. But anyway, the other thing that I really liked about One Punch was that it's literally a parody of itself. It doesn't take itself seriously. Like, I just recently started watching My Hero Academia, and if I had to kind of quantify it, My Hero is like what would happen if One Punch Man took itself seriously. Because, like I said, the Hero Association is a freaking joke. They don't do anything that actually makes any logical sense. And they completely ignore evidence of any kind of logic. And very much the rankings are also a popularity contest. And for the most part, you find out that in between each ranks, there is a person sitting at the number one spot. Not so much with Class C, but with like B and A. That there is someone who's basically keeping you from advancing further unless special circumstances are put in. And that irritates me because I don't like unfair systems like that, but that's how it is. And there are still a lot of questions. I know we're not getting season 3 until probably next year due to COVID, but I'm super excited to see where this goes, and I will elaborate more on some of my other thoughts about the series overall when I get to season 2, because season 2 is the one that actually gave me more issues than season 1. I do more enjoy season 1 over season 2, just as a matter of course. But I really do enjoy this anime. It's one that I turn to when I just need like some background noise, because the fights are fantastic. And honestly, like, Saitama only gets into one big fight. The other ones are like one-hit KOs. The fight at the end that Saitama is in is by far one of my favorites, because this guy literally gives Saitama some challenge, but not anything that is out of Saitama's purview. And there are a lot of heroes that you end up meeting right off the bat that you're not entirely sure what their abilities are, but it does seem like if you can think of an idea for a hero, you can try and be a hero, at least in Class C. Because Class C is the biggest class, and there's some very questionable ones. Oh, a standout favorite from the characters is the Class C rank 1 Moomin Rider. Moomin Rider and Saitama are actually foils of each other. I'm going to call it here. They are foils of each other because Moomin has probably 0 abilities. Like, the most that he probably has is like increased durability and an unhealthy sense of justice. But he is basically a bicycle rider who throws his bicycle at people and constantly tries to help. He has the heroic motivation that Saitama lacks and like the enthusiasm, but he doesn't have any of the power and strength behind him that Saitama does. So they're literally foils of each other. And it's entertaining because later on they do meet and they become friends. So it's really nice that he becomes friends with someone who is kind of his equal when it comes to their strengths and yet their weaknesses at the same time. I will say that Saitama is very much like kind of like a Paragon hero where he just attracts people, and it's kind of hilarious. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next review. And I hope you all are staying safe. I know that there are things going on in the world that are not the greatest, especially with the snowstorm in Texas and everything. I'm just hoping that everyone can stay safe. Stay safe. What was that? Where was that P? So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!